Hey guys, welcome to my first video on Wormhole Life. I just thought I'd get a few videos up kind of showing what it's like to live out here in a wormhole. This first one's going to be about scanning. It's kind of the first thing you do every day when you log in. You scan down the new signatures. So I've got a couple ignored because I already knew what those were. Got them saved here. And I'm going to start scanning down the rest. Basically, you're going to be looking for a few different things. Like these two I already found, they're gas sites. You can use a venture and harvest gas from them. There's some decent money there. It's not the best money out in the wormhole, but it's definitely worth doing when you got you use, or once you run all the other sites. So then this is going to be our next type of site, data sites. There's going to be two types of data sites you're going to find out in a wormhole. There's going to be pirate ones, and there's going to be sleeper ones. And then there's the very occasional covert site. See, this one's an unsecured frontier receiver. So anytime you see a weird name that has nothing to do with one of the pirate factions, you can assume it's a sleeper data/relic site, which means as a general explorer you pretty much want to ignore that. But if you want to come back, if you're going to run C3 sites, it's something worth coming back to do, because there is a lot of money. There's probably 100 mil plus there, depending on some of the drops, if you have the combat ships to clear the defenders. But that'll be another video. There are these. So this is the same one. So since I was scanning up here, it's actually more likely that it's this one down here. So if I come right about here, make that just a little bit bigger scan, I should get pretty close to it. We got another data site. Hopefully this will be a pirate one. So the very occasional covert site that I mentioned, you'll warp in and there'll be 4 or 5 sites and there'll be a message on your local saying, you know, warning, security forces are going to show up. So it's another sleeper one. In which case, basically, you're going to want to hack 1, maybe 2 if you're really quick, and then you want to warp out of there, or when the defenses, when the security defenses show up, they're going to destroy you if you don't get out. I'm just going to save this one as well. So you want to bail as soon as those security forces show up, or ideally before that. A good strategy with those is to have a cargo scanner, so you can figure out which ones have the best loot, so you can get them before you have to warp out. That was easy. I usually ignore sites after I save them. Keep it clean. Alright, we got a wormhole. So this is another type of site that you'll come across. These can be to any type of space, including high sec, low sec, and another wormhole. Every wormhole will have some kind of. There will always be a wormhole to be scanned down inside of every single wormhole. Every wormhole has a static to somewhere, meaning. So if you have a static to low sec, there's always going to be a wormhole somewhere in your system that goes to low sec. So you can never really be totally stuck in wormhole space as long as you're able to scan. I'm gonna go ahead and warp to this. Well,
Warp drive active.
Figure out what it is. So here's a relic site. Hopefully it'll be a non-sleeper one. Some money to be made there if it is. Here we go. So that's something you can make some money at. So I'm going to cloak up. Seems wormholes are not on my overview. So this is U210, wormhole to Losec. It's reaching the end of its natural lifetime. That's a very important thing to notice. That means it's within 4 hours of its closure. So it means you don't have long left. If you go through it, make sure it's going to where you want to go, because you might not be able to come back. The other important bits of information there are the stability and what size ships can pass through it. And stability is affected by ships of enough mass going through it to disrupt the wormhole. And when larger ships can go through it, it generally takes quite a few battleships going through it to cause any problems. Another relic site. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the fitting here. So really the key thing here is your core probe launcher. This is what allows you to scan. You can use a Tech 1 if you don't have the skills. Especially in high-sec, it's going to be all you need. So here's another sleeper relic site. A cloak is always nice, keeps you alive a little longer. These things all just improve your scanning strength and things like that. These let you warp out even if you're tackled. These make you warp a little, or get into warp a little faster. And this improves your scanning strength a little bit. Then you need scanner probes, you need at least 8 of them. Sisters ones give you a little bit more strength and make things a little easier to scan down. And the Astero is a great ship because it doesn't require many skills and it gives a good scanning bonus. But every race has a cheap Tech 1 frigate that has a good scanning bonus. The Heron and for the Caldari, the Probe for the Minmatar. I'm not sure what the other ones are, but they all have a good one. So you can scan for very little money. And especially right now with the events that are going on, there's a lot of money to be made scanning. One more relic site. Let's see what we got. So I only bother with this pinpoint formation. I haven't found this spread formation to be very useful. You just look at where your dot is, center your guys around it, and I just try to go down one size with every scan. Start as big as you need to get a location started, and then just keep going down one size each scan. and you'll scan down everything eventually. The higher your scan strength, the easier it's going to be, and if your scan strength is low, there's going to be some sites you simply can't scan down. But other than that, the only sites I didn't come across any. Well, I suppose I didn't scan any gas sites, but I explained those. And those are really all the sites you're going to come across in wormhole space. But in normal space, there would also be combat sites. But if you're going just exploration, you're going to ignore those too. So good luck, guys. I hope that helps some of you looking into exploration. I'm going to get up some sites running some of the wormhole relic sites and such here soon. Fly safe, guys.